Hey, what's up, Delmonte team? Last week, or actually I think it was Monday, I posted some stats on how I'm doing in week 3. Today is Wednesday, or actually no, today is Thursday, so I'm kind of like getting toward the end of week 3, and I just want to go over my stats. Some great things have been happening. Definitely been shredding the fat by implementing cardio in the morning and the barbell complexes. So right here, I just have my stats. Now on week 1, as you see right here, this is actually my starting point. So I probably should have put, before I started, but I have it labeled under as week 1. So just keep that in mind, that this is what my stats were before I started working out. Now, if you notice here, before I was working out, my biceps flexed was about 17.5. Week 2, we're still at 17.5, and then week 3, we're still at 17.5. So part of the reason for this is I've actually been trying to shred a lot of body fat. So I probably got a little bit of that in my arms. I'm not taking in the carbohydrates. I'm probably taking maybe 1 carb after a workout, and that's it. And then there's some days, like my rest days, where I'm not doing anything. I don't take any carbs. So by eliminating the carbs, I definitely increase the fats. So this is probably the reason why my biceps aren't growing, because I'm actually shredding. So you're actually going to see my biceps even more. So we go on to shoulders here. I started off at 50.25, okay, and right before we started. And then week 2, I jumped up about a half an inch to 50.75. And right now I'm sitting at about the same, about 50.75. If you notice on the chest, when I first measured my chest, I was at 46.25 inches right when I first started. Week 2, I'm at 46.5, so I gained about a half an inch. Now notice this here. Week 3, I went down to 45 inches. Again, a part of that is when you have a little excess fat, sometimes you get that in your pectoral area. You get a little bit of that chest fat. So since I've been implementing the cardio in my diet, and my chest is actually getting more defined and more ripped, so I don't, I'm not loaded with, all the fats and carbohydrates that I was eating before I was on this program. I'm actually on the shoulder and bicep specialization program that Vince designed. And so that's the reason for the 45 inches. I think I'm getting leaner up top, and you're going to notice my chest a little more defined. As we get into the thighs, I wanted to measure my thighs, even though this isn't a leg program. I mean, I still like to keep track of my legs. There is actually a leg routine in the shoulder and bicep specialization program. So I still wanted to measure my thighs. Now, when I first started, I was at 23.75. The second week, I was at 24.75. So that jumped up an inch. But before I was on Vince's program, I was actually on a very intense leg program, because that's one of my weak and lagging body parts. So I try to really work my legs hard. So that's why I had such a big jump there. I mean, it was an inch. And then when you get to week 3, I'm down to 24.25. So I lost about a half an inch. And again, that's due to, I'm starting implementing cardio. I'm losing the fat. I noticed my quads are starting to get a little more defined. So that's a good thing. Next, we have calves. Calves are actually still kind of increasing. When I first started, they were 15.25. Week 2, they were 15.5, and then week 3, we're at 15.5. Now, I implement a little bit of a calf program as part of Vince Delmonte's program, because I wanted, again, legs are my weak and lagging body parts, so I like to work calves, a little extra after my workouts. When we go to the waist, now this is the part that I'm really excited about, because my waist is, pretty big. Now, when I measure my waist, I don't know how most people do it, but I'm measuring at the belly button, going all the way around, because where your belly button lies, and when you wrap that tape all the way around, it's going to run into the sides, which is typically where people, have love handles. So that's where I weigh as far as my waist. A lot of people don't wear their pants that high, but I'm thinking that that's the correct way to measure your waist, because you want to get it around that hip area where, you start to develop fat where your love handles are. So, but I'm excited about this, because I went from 39 inches into week 2, I went to 38 inches, and then week 3, I'm at 38 inches. So it looks like I'm starting to get a little tighter around the waist. So what's cool about this is that my shoulders increased, but my waist is getting smaller. So now I'm looking into that V taper shape, where I'm going to get the wide shoulders, and it's going to come down into a V, and then my lats are actually starting to get bigger too. Hips. Again, they started at 42, and then they went to 42.5, and now they're going back down to 42 1/4. So I'm starting to lose inches in the hips as well. So I mean, that's kind of exciting because, you know, that's the look that a lot of people want. They want the big broad shoulders, and they kind of want that, you know, that V taper look. So this is my stats for 3 weeks. Again, it's Thursday, so we're not quite done yet. I still have tomorrow. On Friday I'm doing legs, and then Saturday once again I'm doing the barbell complexes. So actually the program is going very, very well. I'm actually going to be posting some pictures. Today had a really good pump in the gym. I mean, my arms are exploding. Really good pump, and you know, implementing some different supplements, you know, just trying different things out. I think I have an idea of what I want to do as far as my diet, like my carbohydrates. One of the things I think I'm going to do is that on my rest days, I'm not going to take any carbs at all. And then on my Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, which are the days where you do your shoulders and biceps, I'm going to kind of have, well, actually Tuesday, Thursday, I'm going to have like medium carb day. And then on Monday, I'm going to have high carb day, because Saturday and Sunday, I'm not having any carbs at all. So when Monday comes, I'm really going to shuttle those carbs on Monday, because Monday's a big day. I mean, on Monday you're doing chest with the chains, and you're working your shoulders. You're doing those the shoulder blasts. I mean, those are crazy. I mean, you're doing 3 different exercises all in one set. So those are ridiculous. I definitely want to carb up and have enough energy for that. And then of course Tuesday, Thursday it'll be like medium carbs, and then Friday I'm probably going to increase the carbs again, because I'm doing legs. I want to increase the carbohydrates when I do legs. Plus, I'm going into the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Remember, no carbs at all. So I think I'm going to try this. I'm going to see how well it works. Again, I don't eat any carbs in the morning. The only time I eat carbs, I'm probably going to be about 30 to 35 grams of carbs after my workout. That's, you know, what I require. Not everyone requires that, because I have a little bit extra body fat that I want to shed. So that's where I'm at. I think when I first started, I didn't put the weight on here, but I was at 207. Now I'm down to 202. So I'm basically averaging 2.5 pounds a week, and that's pretty good. That means I'm on track. As long as I keep losing at least, you know, 2.5 pounds a week, I'm right on track. You know, if things start to stay stagnant, then I know I need to switch things up. All right, guys, that is it. Once again, I'm trying out for the Vince Delmonte Pro Team. I'm competing with 60 other guys, and right now I'm on the shoulder and biceps specialization phase. And this is a 16-week program, 3 different phases, and it's going to narrow down to 12 guys. There's only going to be 12 guys that are going to be left, and they're going to represent Vince Delmonte's new No Nonsense Muscle Building, being released in January. So make sure to look for that. Make sure to subscribe to the channel below and leave any comments. Until then, I'll see you in the next video, and I'll be posting those once a week. All right, guys, stay strong and work hard.